And welcome back to another episode of Those Millennials podcast. I'll be your favorite host tonight, the host that the people have wanted the most. We heard you. We heard you. And we got rid of that negative energy in Kevin, and it's just me tonight. So tonight's podcast is just me. There's no Kevin. There's nobody. There's nobody else. All right. But uh
I'm
nah,
sitting right here.
I'm just bullshit. Uh, Kevin's voice is fucked up. Welcome back to another episode of Those Millennials podcast. I'm your host tonight, Jarrell. What's up,
Um,
Kev?
what's going on? So, for everybody that has something to say about this is what you're getting from me all episode. I apologize. I'm trying to rally. I'm off. I wish I had a cool story to tell you guys that Rel and I went to the game and I lost this screaming at the Aces or screaming at the Storm last night. But
You was moaning the night before, huh?
but I was literally sick before that, so I don't have a cool story to share that this happened for me being at the game. So, but what's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all doing? Happy
So
Labor Day. I hope when you guys hear this, it'll be Labor Day weekend.
fuck Labor Day.
Wow. Oh, so now it's on me now?
No, oh my bad. Hold on, give it back to me. Hold on. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway, so in today's episode, we could probably
Can you promote the pod, please?
yeah, if you could subscribe, comment, mostly about what you're gonna hear about today and all the jokes that you're gonna hear today will come out today because it's mostly gonna be about just me hosting. So as I host this pod, just comment about what you like, things that I said, things that you want to hear from me, and tell me how good the Lakers and the Cowboys are. Send it all to me, So
Somehow this is off the rails, and I don't know how I got here.
It's a twilight. It's a twilight zone, Kevin. You woke up on the internet with me.
This is fucking stupid. Maybe you should let the audience know, the listening audience know that Jesse's not here.
Yeah, Jesse was suspended last week.
Jesse was
dude.
not suspended last week.
Oh, okay. Jesse's he's on hiatus. So shout out to Jesse.
Shout out to Jesse.
But tonight,
I won't real. Don't you want to tell everybody it was your birthday weekend, man? Don't you want to tell everybody your time in Miami, solo in Miami?
For those come on, bro. Come on, bro. Why do you have to do air quotes for solo in Miami?
I'm just, hey man. So just speak your mind. How was your solo birthday trip in Miami?
To the lovely lady I hung out with? I thank you. We had a great time.
Damn, no names.
Yeah, to the lovely. Yeah, what the fuck I'm gonna say her name for? We met in there in Miami. So, but otherwise, what I learned is that women are aggressive. Women are aggressive nowadays. Like nowadays, I realize, living in Vegas where it's different and living previously in California where it's different. We go to Florida, it's a lot of aggressive women out there. And I do like it because they are in the age of backing that ass up on you when you just standing there. I do like that, So that it's all plus down there, If I'm standing there and I'm single, shake that ass on me and let me know you want to dance with me, So overall, it was a great trip. Only thing I won't do again, I'm not drinking with no more Charlies down there. I'm not. They drink way too heavy down there. I got too bobblehead a couple nights and had to tuck it. So that's what I'm not doing no more. I'm not drinking no more champagne.
I'm pretty sure you're drinking with locals. I mean, not locals. You're drinking with people that was out there to turn up.
I was.
That would make more sense.
I was drinking a lot of champagne though. So shout out to the Clevelanders. Shout out to Gianni's restaurant.
Shout out to that. All right. So I mean, I want to go back to Miami, so don't even clamp that. Clips, you're coming. All right. So I guess I'm getting past the back the ball again. Please don't make fun of my voice. This is what y'all getting today. We got big news in the NBA. So we're gonna start with the NBA. But first, it's time for the not list. Y'all thought I forgot. Y'all thought I forgot about the not list. I did not. You're gonna get the raspy voice not list from me. So for those who don't know, the not list is just how it sounds. I'm gonna say some topics about stuff that we are not talking about on this podcast. So to start off my not list, we are not talking about anything at all Aries Spears said about Lizzo. That is not happening on this podcast. This is not that kind of show. He's a piece of crap for saying what he said. The nigga was asked a question about music and turned it to something else. But we're not talking about him or that. And I'll just leave it at that.
Aries Spears need them clicks, bro. You can only do so many impersonations for people to realize, bro, you're not even funny, my dick. And like the fact that you had to put on the fucking fitted cap to make a response video, this lets me know how insecure your fat ass really is, Aries Spears. You're an idiot, Aries.
The nigga was asked, I know we said that we're not talking about, but the nigga was asked a question about music and then turned it to something else.
This anyway, make hot shit.
Turn the body shaming. Anyway.
You know, that's one thing about Lizzo. You know, like I'm in the full thing of loving people who love who they are. She loves who she is, and her music is hot. Fuck you, Aries Spears.
Yeah, 100%. Also on the not list, we are not talking about Stacey Dash just finding out 24 hours ago
my God.
that DMX is no longer with us. RP to DMX, the dog.
Hold on, why are we not talking about this?
Because we fucking can't talk about this because
she was in the All's Voss Down video.
We don't care about. Did we care about Stacey Dash anymore? I remember Stacey Dash was like one of them ones. She was up there with Megan Good. She was up there with, for me anyway. I'm talking about me. She was up there with Halle Berry. She was up there for me.
She was up there with Pam Grier and them. Yeah,
she was up there for me. But again, just 24 hours ago, she found out about the passing of DMX, which is just. It's not like the world didn't talk about it. Like, anyway,
she just got out of rehab too, so let's be gentle.
We're not talking about that. This one hurts my heart. We are also not talking about Megan Thee Stallion being on She-Hulk for a multitude of reasons, and everybody knows I'm
nah, fuck Meg. That, nah, because you like ass clapping music and you like Megan Thee Stallion. I don't like ass clapping music.
Okay. You just talk about you like ass being clapped on you in Miami. You can't find a bigger male fan of Meg.
You're a hot boy.
I'm a hot boy. A hottie nigga, whatever it's called for men. Yeah, Meg. You know, shout out to you for the MC throwing the oop for you, but thank God it's just on the She-Hulk episode. All right, Ro, I got a question for you real quick though, and be honest. Would you smash She-Hulk? No. Like, would you Hulk smash She-Hulk? You see what I did there?
Come on, Brett. Nah, man, I'm cool.
God, we're lying on pod. Okay, all right.
Green is where I draw the line. I'm sorry.
Because she's green?
Yeah. God, and to anybody else out there who's green, I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend you.
What the fuck? All right. Last one. We are not, and this is the first football one that's made it to the not list. We are not talking about the Broncos for some reason extending Russell Wilson for a fucking 4-year fucking contract when he hasn't thrown the ball in the regular season yet. Dustin, shout out to you. But
they had to.
Dustin, shout out to you. And I hope things go well, but
they had to.
It better work out for y'all. All right. Done with the not list. Not list is done. I had more, but I think that's a nice little. I had the stupid. We're not talking about James Harden throwing the cake over the boat, but fuck him. Anyway, all right. So now, like I said, we're getting to the NBA. Donovan Mitchell has been traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let me get the terms, and I want to break this up so we can talk about all three teams. Well, technically, it's 2 teams involved, but there's a third team technically involved too. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so the full trade was the Jazz get Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen. I'm gonna try to pronounce this rookie's name. Ochi Abaji, who was drafted this year.
13.
So it's 13.
Big upside. Good at summer league.
And I think they got how many picks with that?
7.
No, not with that one. They got 3 unprotected picks and 2 pick swaps. So just for everybody at home that's counting, I saw this on Twitter too. So the Utah Jazz that are being run by Danny Ainge, and if you're not familiar with Danny Ainge, I'm sure Rel and I will talk about Danny Ainge when we're talking about these teams. The Utah Jazz have turned Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. They've turned them into Colin Sexton, Malik Beasley, Leonardo Bomar, what's his name again? Achi Bigsby, the 14th pick, Walker Kessler, Jared Vandenberg, Laurie Markkinen, THT, Stanley Johnson, 7 first-round picks, and 3 first-round pick swaps for 2 players. That's what Danny Ainge did with 2 players. All right, so Rel, who do you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about Cleveland? Do you want to talk about Utah? And I think we both are going to talk about how we feel about what the other elephant in the room that just got left at the altar.
I want to talk about first. I'm going to talk about Cleveland.
Okay.
I think
So
overall,
Cleveland, big ups. Go ahead.
I think it's a smart move. I think because of where their franchise is right now, they have a complete core, and everybody's under the age of 25 or 25 or younger. Okoro, Garland, Allen, and Mobley. That's a core. Everybody's under 25. Everybody's going to be under contract for the next 3 to 4 years. That's what you do when you get a unicorn like Mobley, who, if he takes the leap, he will be the third banana. Like he's the one that has to take the leap, because Garland, and you're gonna have a great backcourt. You're gonna have an extremely good front court, which means you can have 2 guards.
Real quick. I think Mobley can be better than Garland.
Me too. But I mean, but it just depends on. Like what the team is. But I'm glad Cleveland has taken a step forward again without LeBron. This is ultimately where I'm at with it. Is that the first time they took a step was with LeBron? So, and I realize sometimes bad franchises are just like it's hard to really shit on them, because it's like they drafted fucking Anthony Bennett. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we can shit on them, but look at that draft. You know what I'm saying? Like, like Anthony Bennett, he looked like fucking Larry Johnson with some of the highlights. So it's hard. So, like, for this team to say, I'm going to punt on these draft picks, which probably don't mean shit because the NBA lottery is a trick trade. You can get, another star and hope Mobley takes a leap and still be all right, financially, cap wise. I think it's just a smart move.
I'm agree with you. Obviously, as a fan of a smaller market team,
the Lakers.
The Lakers are far from a small market team.
Oh.
I was talking about the Blazers, but
yeah, that's right. Your other team.
You got to take swings like this. So I was listening to Brian Windhorst yesterday with both of the Tims, and they were talking about how at the end of that pod they're basically like the Cavaliers called, basically, Brian said, and he was just like, but ultimately, like, it's the Knicks. Like the Knicks are the one that has the best trading packages. Utah wants, based off their history, the Knicks, you're gonna get better picks with the Knicks because the Knicks don't have really a long history of being good. So, like, you want Knick picks. Like, those are the picks you want. Not only that, obviously everybody knows Donovan. There's incentive there because Donovan's a CAA prospect. Obviously, similar to how the Lakers are basically being run by Clutch. The Knicks are being ran by CAA. Don't make that face. It's true. Donovan also has ties to the New York, so like it seemed like it was meant to happen, like it was meant to be. They were talking for the longest, and again, we'll get to what happened with the Knicks. I'm gonna just put that over there. But as far as the Cavaliers go, what a way to swing! Because like a backcourt with Garland and Mitchell, which, yeah, they're a little undersized, but like Real stated before, when you got Mobley and Jared Allen,
Your guards can get beat.
like your guards
Your
can
guards
get
can
beat
get
because
beat.
they have that. They
You
have
got
those
two.
guys who's gonna
You don't have one eraser. You got
you
two of
have
them
two
motherfuckers.
erasers. Yeah, you got two of them.
And Mobley, who he can switch on anything. Not to cut you off,
Exactly.
but he can switch on anything.
Yeah.
You know.
So I think this is exactly the move. That's why I think Cleveland went for it because they saw what they saw the writings on the wall. They made the better offer, and I think they really have something now. We were talking about it with Space.
Risky.
We forgot to mention Space was here too. Um, but I think me and you are in agreement that like there's only 4 teams that are better in my brain, and maybe you think you think differently than I do. There's only 4 teams that are like 100% in my mind, like legitimately better
Let me
than
name them.
like. Please name them.
Okay, I would say the Sixers,
Yep.
Boston,
Yep.
Celtics.
Yep.
Who's that 4th team? Shit.
I said the Nets, but you guys felt differently.
I would say the
Or
Raptors.
Miami. I can see that. See, that's arguable to me. That's arguable. Yeah, they're on the. Yeah.
I could say I would say
that.
the Raptors, but because I put them ahead of Chicago, I put them ahead of the Hawks, I put them ahead of the Nets.
You didn't mention Miami either.
I put them ahead of Miami. I don't like Miami this year. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, I'm out on Miami this year. Whatever their under is, I'm going under that shit for Miami. I am out on Miami.
So buff Kyle Lowry, photos of buff Kyle Lowry ain't
How do you have Miami and you take a fucking step back organizationally? You know, you take a step back, like you lose PJ Tucker to Philly for I don't know. I don't even start Miami. Like, and then you have Duncan Robinson's contract. He can't play dead. Come on, no, don't get me started. I'm out of Miami this year.
Gab, if you hear this, that's real. That's talking about your team. But like I said, I think there's 4. Brooklyn, is on the fence too. We got to see what they look like. But I think the Hawks have really. I'm sorry. I think the Cavaliers really put themselves for anywhere between 5 and 6, and come. There's going to be a really good team in the Eastern Conference that doesn't make the playoffs.
The Nets.
Like, it could be the Nets. Like, you can tell me anything about the Nets can win. You can tell me the Nets win 57 games, and then you can tell me the Nets win 30 something games, and I'll be like, okay, I believe you. That's kind of where I stand on them. All right, so on the Utah side, hell of a fucking return for a player that you were trying to get rid of anyway. You're trying to get bad. Obviously you got Colin Sexton for a pretty good deal. Because we were talking about before, Colin Sexton was headed towards the qualifying offer, and for those who don't know, the qualifying offer this for this year would have been for $8 million. So the fact that Colin Sexton gets a win here because he gets his life-changing money, which was $72 million for the next 4 years. So who's gonna fight over the ball? So THT and Colin Sexton just gonna fight over the ball? Who's dribbling the ball up court?
I mean, they're going after Wembanyama, so it don't really. I mean, it doesn't matter. Fuck the Jazz.
The crazy thing is that like obviously Utah is still open for business because they still have really good players still on their roster.
Jordan. Hey, Utah. What about Russ?
Here we go.
One pick.
Here comes the pitch.
And give us Bog and Conley.
Do you think the Lakers want to take on long-term contract? How much more years does Conley have on his contract?
Well, he has one more year. One more year. Mm-hmm. So does Bogdanovich. They're both expiring.
What? It makes no sense to get Conley now because the Lakers got Beverly.
You could play Conley and Beverly together.
They're like the same size. You're gonna be really small.
I mean, Beverly's gonna come off the bench. I just want Russell Westbrook off of my team.
Say how you feel.
Really what it fucking boils down to. I just want Russ Westbrook off of this basketball team and go play somewhere else. No offense. We just gotta break this. It ain't nothing personal. I don't want you on my basketball team. I don't want to watch it.
You didn't hear Patrick Beverly when he was asked about if him and Russ could play together. He said, "Man, we both hungry, we both want to win."
Honestly, bro, if they bring back Russ, like if the Lakers ruin my 730s again, bro, this might cause like a real bad trigger for me. Like I might fall into a bad depression again because like I like basketball too, and I like it at 7:30. What am I supposed to fucking do if I have to watch this shit again?
There's plenty of good games on TV now.
I don't want to watch that. I like the Lakers.
I like the Lakers too, but this is gonna be.
I don't like watching other teams. I like watching the purple and gold when they play with the basketball.
Okay. But yeah, Danny Ainge did that. He did it again. So I think I saw something on Twitter.
Danny Ainge.
I knew he was gonna say that. So I think I saw something on Twitter. Basically, we're saying that like for the next, I don't know, 7 years, the Thunder and the Utah Jazz could have like 5 picks in the first rounds and shit, some shit, crazy shit like that.
They let the Boston Celtics fool you thinking this shit's gonna work every time. Keep rolling the dice. Keep rolling the dice with the picks, but Celtics Nation, they got lucky with the fact that you were able to get Tatum and Brown in consecutive years, and the fact that the Lakers had a fucking idiot for a GM who passed on Jason Tatum for Lonzo Ball at the time. So go ahead, Utah.
He was agreeing with that. Don't even do that. We got that on wax too. You was like, I want Ball. So you can't do that.
And now
hindsight is like a motherfucker.
But you know why? Because my president of basketball, who Magic Trump, sold me some bullshit.
Magic Trump?
Because he was the worst president ever, and so was Trump. You know what I'm saying? And so, and when he sold me a fucking thing about seeing Lonzo in the Raptors, I believed this shit, and then we fucking took him over Tatum. So don't think this pick shit's going to work every year, especially with the lottery. Now they're going to take Utah's going to take next year for Victor Wembanyama, and they might not even pick. They might not even pick in the top 5.
They might even get him. So yeah, that's enough. Utah, congratulations to them. They're oddly enough, they're still in the tax with their books, so they're still open for business. I expect them to their roster as it constructed not to be the same roster that makes it in the training camp. They're going to want to trade all their veterans to get off salary and to get young players so they can be bad. All right, it's time for the main course. I already saw.
Hold on. You didn't talk about the Knicks, right?
Yeah, we're about to get to them right now.
All right.
So the main course. The New York Knickerbockers, who once again played chicken, thinking, I don't want to outbid. We don't want to outbid ourselves. We got all these picks. There's nobody else that has what we have. You have to trade with us. This is basically what they were saying in Utah. We don't care if Danny Ainge is over there. Look, Knicks fans. Bing bong. Whatever you want to call these motherfuckers.
Watch your mouth.
For the last 10 years plus, you have struck out on star talent. You guys tried to get LeBron. He chucked up the deuces to y'all and was like, I'm cool.
The stage wasn't big enough. It's not their fault.
LeBron, the stage of New York was too big for LeBron?
No, the stage wasn't big enough for LeBron. It's only one stage for LeBron. The stage of his career, it's LA. It can't be anything bigger than that. Nothing bigger than the Lakers.
I'm talking about 10 years ago before he went to Miami.
Yeah, but it's still the Knicks. There's nothing bigger than the Lakers. That's all I'm saying. Like, so the stage wasn't big enough.
Anyway, just you talking just ruined my little soliloquy.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You shot your shot at LeBron. He wasn't interested. You guys shot your shot at LaMarcus Aldridge when he was a free agent and good at the time. He wasn't interested. You guys shot your shot at Kawhi. Kawhi didn't even take a meeting. He wasn't interested. Kevin fucking Durant wanted to come to New York City, and he chose the team over the bridge over you guys. Same thing as Kyrie Irving. I got a newsflash for Knicks fans. Don't nobody want to come play for y'all, dog. Y'all didn't, and obviously upper management, you guys don't want to do what's necessary to get a superstar or /star in your jersey. Because if you guys did, you guys wouldn't have dicked around and played, okay, here's Obi Toppin quickly and 2 picks. There's nobody else out here that has picks like us. We're not gonna outbid ourselves. And then come back like, okay, well, you guys reject that one. Okay, here's RJ Barrett. This is our crown jewel player on our team. Here's RJ Barrett, but we're taking away these You're not getting 2 unprotected picks. We'll give you 1 unprotected pick, Obi Toppin, and something else. Oh, and what's the center on their team? The Mitchell Robinson. Here, this is what we give you now. So the Knicks was like, okay, well, we're gonna extend RJ Barrett. So Utah got upset. Apparently, there was not unhappiness. The trade still could have been done, from what I was told and what I read, but it would just make things more difficult. So Utah just went on to their other suitor, and honestly, they got a hell of a package because the Knicks were dicking around. And honestly, when the Knicks are getting flamed tomorrow by Stephen A. Smith, because 100% that's happening. He's gonna flame you guys. He's gonna set the fucking city of New York on fire. It's gonna be on all the fucking front pages of the New York Post. We know it's happening.
Can't wait.
Mad Dog is gonna talk about it. Like, you guys are getting flamed tomorrow. It's happening. Yes, please.
All right, first, let me go back to that little soliloquy you just had. So when you break down the fact that they didn't get hitched to Kawhi,
yep,
that's not something you want to get hitched to. That's not. I'm sorry. You don't want to get in bed with Kawhi Leonard.
They've been saying it for years. They want star talent.
They've been saying it for years. They want star talent, but ultimately, like LaMarcus Aldridge not picking him isn't really an L to them because the Lakers didn't even get a deal with meeting with him. Who did he pick that year?
San Antonio.
He picked San Antonio. So it's just weird shit.
He took a meeting with Tim Duncan.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Like his hero or some shit.
The Knicks have been incompetent since Eddie, and
that's a movie for all our young people that don't know. Keep going.
My bad. But I really can't blame them for this, especially if the deal wasn't and this is the only reason why I give some defense to the Knicks is that, like, first off, most Knicks fans say fire James Dolan, and I am not an advocate of that because I don't think that he's the problem. I believe that he's empowered guys like Isaiah Thomas in the past. He's empowered guys like Leon Rose now. He's empowered guys. Maybe like Steve Mills for too long. He's empowered guys. He's made the effort to give guys opportunities to be GMs, and he's gotten out the way. Now, ultimately, the reason why I don't blame the Knicks sold this fucking box office dream for the longest of the Spida coming home, Donovan Mitchell, coming home to New York for the longest. They've sold this billboard dream, but at the end of the day, I can't say that Utah took a better deal than what the Knicks offered, because
it's too early to tell. We won't know until like 5 years, 7, until the Knicks.
I can't say the picks, but if you're just looking at, I'd rather have Obi Toppin than Lauri Markkanen right now if I'm rebuilding the team.
They're probably gonna turn Lauri Markkanen into some picks too. I don't know what his market is. They're gonna probably turn him into something else too.
You can't tell me and I'm not the biggest fan of Colin Sexton, but there's, to me, offensively, there ain't much difference between him and Isaiah Quickly. I quickly put up 30. The Quickly's nice offensively. Grimes, what pieces?
I think Quickly's a better shooter. I think Sexton's a better finisher.
If I'm getting all the picks or whatever, I don't even know. We'll never know what the deal was, unfortunately, from the Knicks. But I can't say that Utah's deal was so much better than what the Knicks offered. I just think that RJ was the holdout, and Utah said, "Okay, well then we're out." And I think they wanted Opie and RJ.
Apparently, they wanted everything. Apparently, they valued the picks more than the players because, like you said, they're tanking for What's his name again? What's the French guy again?
Victor
Victor
Wembanyama.
Wembanyama. Victor Wembanyama. So they valued the picks more. Obviously, they didn't value RJ Barrett like they did. You know, a lot of people are like lukewarm on RJ Barrett because they don't know exactly what he's.
He can't hold up a deal like this. But my thing is, let me finish. Is that I don't even know if that was just the best move for y'all. So honestly, I think this is maybe like a blessing in disguise, if you ask me.
For the Knicks.
Yeah, because I don't know how much better. Like
I was thinking about that as well too.
Like if I'm giving up, I don't even know whatever the deal was. Even if it was RJ, if I have a Brunson Mitchell backcourt with fucking Randall and Mitchell Robinson or Narland Noel or whatever's fucking left on the roster, like I'm only winning 40 fucking games anyway again. Right. So I don't know.
But like I said, their whole goal, like their plan was to get star talent in there. And obviously they got Jalen Brunson in the offseason, who, he's not a star. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I did hear one thing today though, that if it goes south early in Washington, they're all in on Brad next. They're all in on Brad next. They got all the chips. They got all the chips lined up to say for Brad next, and that's who they. I heard that that's what they really wanted anyway.
Brad's been. I don't even know what to call it, but he's been team DMV, team DC. Everything that comes out of his mouth is, I would love to win a championship here, and I'm like,
yeah, if you're gonna pay me $200 million, yes, of course.
I said that's cool, Brad. Kristaps Porzingis can't stay healthy our entire season. You yourself went from averaging 31 points in the season to 23.
He had a bad year. Hey, hold on, but you said that, but you said he was like depressed or something after this past year. He was injured too. You told me that, and he was depressed about losing his grandma and stuff.
That's okay. So that's fine. And I'm gonna say this, Brad. I mean, again, we got to see it. These we just talked about these. At best, what's your best case scenario for the Wizards? 8? 9?
They're probably the worst team. They're probably one of the worst teams in the East.
Okay, exactly.
And luckily, I mean, fucking Charlotte,
Orlando and Charlotte still in there, so they're not the worst.
Charlotte, I mean, ran it back because Mike just handing out sneakers at the gate. So anybody getting really no bag over there.
Right, and nobody's talking about the Bridges thing at all because
he should never be eligible for max again. That should be it. He should never be eligible for a max contract ever again.
He should play again.
Some point, I mean, people should rehabilitate, but the most he should ever make is $5 million. You should only make 1 year, $5 million if you do, because NBA, we don't play shit like that. It's already a bad precedent. Like it's already been a fucking hard enough to change this narrative that we were fucking thugs playing basketball, so we're actually businessmen and moguls now. That these Nike companies.
So to do real quick, tell the audience what he's been accused of, because I don't think
some heinous shit. He's been accused of domestic violence on his children's mother, and he was accused of it and charged of it and arrested for it.
The same year, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't want to make
a day before free agency. Yeah,
a day before free agency came out. So he was on track again. I don't want to make this about money. He was on track to get a max contract because he played really well during the regular season, and it was completely ripped under his feet on his rug because obviously these actions that we've seen, that we've heard, everything that we've seen looks like it was heinous, and we gotta let the legal process figure that part out.
If he plays again, like I said, it should just be on 1 year. If he like I said, if he's guilty, 1 year, $5 million. The rest of the thing, you're just a fucking idiot. You're just an idiot. You're just a fucking idiot. So 1 year, $5 million. The rest of your career, no more max for you, bro. But overall, what were we talking about? I lost my train of thought.
We was talking about the Wizards and where they rank and they stack in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, but the Wizards overall, I don't think that they should be looking for Victor Wembanyama as well. So I don't know why they're not trying to ship Brad out as well. I mean, he got his 210.
I don't know what the Wizards pick situation is, but I imagine they still have their own picks. But
they do.
What was I about to say? Damn, now I lost my train of thought. Blessing in disguise. Yeah, so even though I went hard on the Knicks right now, I do, like you said, I do think it's a blessing in disguise at some point. Like the city's gonna get over it eventually, but I do think having a like the whole entire time the Knicks have been talking about bringing in a young star, and yeah, while Donovan Mitchell is not a superstar and he definitely has flaws, he's not perfect, as we saw in the playoff series this season. Um, he is a star, and he's a star that would probably attract other people that want to play with him because he's what, like 26 years old. I
25.
think he turns 20. I think he turns 26 next week.
So
Um,
Donovan Mitchell?
yes. Um, I I do think, like you said, it's a blessing in disguise. It's just a matter of what, like, tell me the star. Tell me the star that's going to New York. Like you said, Bradley Beal. I don't know. That sounds good, but is Bradley Beal that much better than Donovan Mitchell? Like, I think they're kind of in the same tier. Um, but
I think he is.
I think they're. You think Bradley Beal's better than Donovan Mitchell like that?
I think so.
I think Donovan Mitchell proved more, especially in the playoff wise, than Bradley Beal. But all right. You have anything else to say about this trade before we move on?
Nick fans don't feel so bad. You guys got Jalen Brunson. Your core is intact. Your picks are intact. Everything's the cover. Like it's good. Like it's really it.
Randall will come off the books after next season.
Is he coming off the books already?
Not this season. The season after that.
Oh, but I mean, even then, I mean, you got stuff there to where you should just be happy that your franchise is competent. And yet it didn't take the big swing, but at the same time, I don't know how much that big swing is going to make you better. Like this isn't a
Donovan
top
Mitchell would have brought
10 better
asses in
player.
the, he would have brought asses in the seats, and not that they
It's the Garden. People are going to come either way.
I was just about to say, not that arena doesn't sell out anyway, but like when it's different when there's an actual star in the building, especially one that has Donovan Mitchell's game. Like he's exciting, fun, jump him out of the building player. Like that would have been dope. They wouldn't have had they haven't had nothing like that since Marbury. All right, so moving on. Rel, did you want to talk about Serena's legacy right now, or did you want to talk about JAYZ and Hov Did?
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out Serena's legacy overall, just for just the overall impact on the culture. As I've been watching these last two nights of tennis, it just have been growing up. Like I said, I became a tennis fan because of my mother. Watching these young two girls with beads in their hair from Compton, California, and their daddy dancing up on the sign with the sign about their daughters playing tennis. It just so inspirational. 23 Grand Slams. The record like on pace if she goes, she could get 24. And like even last night with the smug, when the reporter asked her, does this moment surprise you? And she said, like, no, I'm just Serena. It just goat shit like that. That it's just so inspirational to little black women, black girls across the world. Just my sister, black women everywhere. Just shout out Black Girl Magic. That shit is so fucking dope. Because I grew up with these girls, these women, and I watched them when they were little girls, and I've grown up with them now and seeing how their life. And she has her daughter now in the stands, dressed exactly like her. I can't wait. She may become a tennis player. It just the work that man put in, like Richard Williams, that man put in on with his girls. Yeah,
Still
and
haven't seen King Richard. Keep going though.
yeah, uh, but just overall, I hope she keeps going. I'm glad everybody's there. I just want to say, shout out Serena Williams. You've been an impact on the culture. You like you open eyes, you make people like my mom who didn't even care about tennis watch it, like you. So this is what I call a gate breaker. Like when people didn't start watching the NBA because they saw Michael Jordan, that's a gate breaker. Tiger. These are the people we need to appreciate and give the flowers to, because they're cracking doors in sports that we've never seen. Even the gymnastics world. Like, I can't think of the gymnast. Like, when they're doing
Douglas,
Gabby Douglas, Simone Biles, those. When we tap into these, we need to show love to these athletes and let them know, give them their flowers. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
The level of disrespect from space. All right. So I agree with all that. And speaking of Black Girl Magic, Rel and I attended a playoff game last night. We went to the Aces Storm game. I can't believe I buried this. Why didn't I talk about this in the first half of the pod? Because you threw me off because you hosted. Anyway, Rel and I attended game 2 of the Storm in the Aces. We had seats behind the basket. Pretty solid game, convincing. I'm lying. It wasn't a convincing win. I know that talking WNBA is a little. I don't want to say it's taboo, but I know it's not. It's like it's really niche. So maybe it's best it's at this point of the pod. I think the series is going 5. I think in the first 2 games, I believe that the Storm has been the better team. While the Aces have had their chances, they had their chances in game 1. They had no reason being in the game in game 1. I feel like they got to outplay the entire game, but they still somehow had a chance to win that game. And in game 2, A'ja Wilson just dominated the game on the boards, mid range. Obviously, the big 3. Chelsea Gray made some really key stops in the paint, in the post. She made some really good key steals, some really good dimes to A'ja Wilson. They made it a point. You can tell Becky made it a point to get A'ja the ball open and often off the pick and roll. And then Plum Dog did her thing with her drives and hitting the occasional 3 here and there. But I just want to give the shout out to Breanna Stewart, who is the fucking if you are not put on to who Breanna Stewart is, she has her own sneaker with Puma, and she is a basketball goddess. She is Kevin Durant / Dirk Nowitzki / I want to say a little bit of Kevin Garnett on defense, but she doesn't have the same demeanor. But yeah, she I think she's one of those. She's really special, man. Rel, do you want to talk about the game at all?
Incredible playoff game. The energy was out of this world. It was one of the more better playoff experience I've been to. I've been to a few Clipper playoff games. They do playoffs right here in Vegas. They do it right. When I say you could feel it in the air tonight, Phil Collins, I felt it. It was a good feeling. I love it. I need more of it. I need people like it was damn near. It was packed house. There was only probably one seat in between us, and I love the energy in there. The game honestly wasn't that convincing to me. I was more impressed what Seattle did because the game was mucky and the Aces pulled out a mucky game. You know, I don't know if they was like, like it was just a lot of muckness. Where it's like we got it to A'ja. If we do not get it to A'ja, we're trying to score on a fast break. If you're only your only way to score,
Space is asking you a question.
Yes, she does, and she has to score.
Tell the audience what they can't see what he wrote.
Oh, my bad. Well, he said, does A'ja have to score 30 every game to win this series? Yes, she does, because her touches affect the whole game. Because not only does she draw double teams, her second chance points are so key because like it's usually off a miss or on a fast break, or she's like the quick off of her feet to get a rebound, and she kicks it back out for 3.
She's the head of the snake of the offense for the Aces, and like she would makes it go. Chelsea Gray, her creativeness is very fucking needed. That's what I fucking noticed when I was watching the game. Like Chelsea Gray's playmaking, shot making, ability to get to the basket, not so much at will anymore like when she was younger, but like still able to like kind of get in there and force the issue, dime it out to shooters. Like all that shit is necessary like a motherfucker because I love Kelsey Plum, you love Kelsey Plum, but Plum's like she's literally hard in this aspect. She's going to the basket or it's a 3-point. There's not a lot of mid range going on with Kelsey Plum.
And I'm not trusting her handle right now.
Yeah. She's fast. Yeah, she's faster than Harden, but I'm just talking about where she chooses to score on the floor. Space asked me, she's faster than Harden, but like I'm just saying basically where she chooses to score on the floor is Harden-esque, where it's like it's a layup or it's a 3-point shot. There's no in between game. That's what you get. All right. All right, so we're gonna end with our final topic. We're gonna talk about DJ Khaled's album God Did. We're actually gonna just talk about one specific song, obviously the song that everybody's been talking about for the past week. We're gonna hit on God.
Can I just say one thing?
Please.
I just hate that DJ Khaled dropped this album on the fact that we got JID's album dropping. Like,
JID, yeah.
And I just really hope that people go spin that. Stop playing the Khaled and go spin that.
All right. So basically, what I was gonna say was, why can't you just spin both? Anyway,
Khaled don't even make his own damn beats. And half of these songs are fucking phoned in recorded. They're not even recorded in person.
I don't know. Anyway, so Hov Did, which is what the song is called in a lot of people's eyes. The verse that JAYZ did, 4 minute long, just bars, spitting facts, spitting about what he's accomplished in the game. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So it's been out a week, right? So it came out literally last week.
And we didn't talk about this yesterday at all.
We didn't talk about it, no. And I'm not kidding. I'm what I'm telling you right now is 100%. I'm being 100% honest. Yesterday was the first day I didn't play Hov Did more than 3 times. That's how many times I've been playing that song. It's been constant. Not just because everybody was talking about it, but like,
no, it's a good track.
And I know a lot of people are like, I know the internet was kind of shitting on what Ross did to the track, but I felt like what Ross did to the track was kind of needed. And Wayne,
I like Wayne's verse.
Like, fuck what y'all talking about. Like, I know Jay did something completely different, but like, if that's the Wayne we're getting on the Carter 6, hell fucking yeah. Sign me the fuck up. Sign me up to that guy. Because he finally fucking said some shit that I haven't heard him say in a long time about all these motherfuckers that's been copying the style, that they're all fucking clones of him. And it's 100% true. There's a whole bunch of clones of Wayne or fake ass clones of Wayne. And he finally said it on the track. So I'm actually proud and happy that he actually fucking said it on the track. I'm happy that he said it on this track. Now, I mean, I don't want to do a whole breakdown of the track, but the internet had fun trying to like talk about Hov's discography and his best verses for best songs. You and I didn't prepare for this, but like, if you want to just name me some of your favorite, because Complex did a little post about some of some of Hov's best songs. Best verses. If you want to name a couple of yours, I can say, like, I'll just mention the ones that are at the top of my head, but I could mention. But go ahead if you have some.
I just want to say first up about the track. When I first heard it, I didn't play it when I heard it. It was in Miami when it first came out. I spent that GID all weekend. I wasn't gonna get to it. I didn't really get to the hopes when I got back on the plane. And then I listened. I was like, "Oh, this verse is incredible." But it sounds like kind of like a different JAYZ verse that I've heard before. Like it just. Yeah, I'm talking B. Yeah, I'm talking Reed. Yeah, I'm talking LeBron. We talking the family tree. Your money too short to be talking to me. That's the
Click. That's Click. I know the name
Click,
of the song.
yeah. Click. It's just kind of like along the same line. So it's just, to me, just like I said,
that's like that. That's literally like the first 4 bars of the song.
I mean, it is kind of the way he's name dropping, Ye, Bron, all billionaires, Rihanna, billionaire, from the all family tree. So that makes him 4.
What about everything else that he talked about in
That's
4 minutes?
The fentanyl line was cool. I mean, like I said, there was, like with Jay, there's a couple double entendres that Guru explains after that, which is cool. It just personally, it's not in my top 10 JAYZ verses. It's not. It's not in my top 10 JAYZ verses. And if I had to give just a few, if I had to give maybe 3 to off the top, and I did prepare for this, I did have a list, but I'm not gonna give the whole list. But I'm gonna give a couple. Say Hello, third verse is bone chilling. Like Say Hello Like I remember when that shit first came out, bro. You can't even tell me we was listening to that shit. You know, with American Gangster, how that shit was spinning it.
I'm
So
glad you
to
say
say
gangster.
hello, say hello was probably one of his best verses. I'm feeling it. The first verse, I'm feeling it. One of my favorite, most of me, Reasonable Doubt's one of my favorite albums. So I'm feeling it, and Dead Presidents. Like there's so many other shit, and then there's a bunch of features where like he got some shit on Blueprint 2.5 where he was spitting different. There's different point out the bounce. He has a verse on Point Out the Bounce that I really like. That's on Blueprint 2.5. Like there's so many. So this no, it's not. This verse was not kind of overrated to me, but it's a good verse.
Um, so for me, maybe this because I'm older and I have clarity. To me, this is a top 10 JAYZ verse. Um, but I will
No,
name a
you're not older than me.
Thank you for the couple months. Um, but I think the Dynasty intro is one of JAYZ's hardest verses for the Dynasty album. The intro, I think
Yeah.
that's one of JAYZ's hardest verses. Three Kings with him, Dre, and Rick Ross. I think that's a really hard um verse by
He
JAYZ.
has which one? I can't think of the Life of Times where
Can I live the second time? Is really good. It's really good verse too.
the presidents.
PSA, obviously. You already said say hello.
Pretty much everything. The last three verses, most of the Black album, he got some of the his
I mean,
greatest shit on
I
there.
mean, shit. What more can I say? It's just like,
Yeah.
want to talk about chills?
So the rings and things you sing about, bring them out. They made a fucking rap song out of that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to yell when the barrel's in your mouth. Come on, bro.
Yeah. What more can I say? It's just, um,
Like
but
I said,
again,
his
like
flow was so different on the Black album that how can you not say that anything off that Black album when you first heard that shit, it didn't give you the same feeling?
I just think I like perspective, foresight, grown up Hove, and the fact that Khaled let him ride for 4 minutes when he only gave
What the fuck else
Ross.
are we gonna do? Tell him no?
Yeah.
All right. Cab tell of Hove no.
No, I'm just saying. Oh, I like the whole verse with him. What's the other Khaled song with him and Nas that came out just like last year?
Oh yeah.
Um,
That shit was garbage, bro.
this thing is a hater. All right.
Sorry, that's the other B.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
other B.
By the
What's
way,
the
by the way, by the way, in the verse that I mean the bars that we were talking about began what Real talking about. It's the same thing you heard from Clip when he's basically talking about when he says how many billionaires came from the house of Hove. Smart, JAYZ, not bringing up your wife. Smart, not saying Beyonce came from the house of Hove. You really, man, I
What do
see
you
that
mean?
alone right there.
He has to be honest.
He's a smart man. He knows not to
He
bring his
because
wife,
he
man, because
ain't
he
make
know.
his wife rich. She was rich on her own.
Smart man, genius. Um, yeah, her daddy did that. Real, I'm good. I don't know if you have anything else you want to get off your chest and talk about. I don't even think I don't have. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a millennial thoughts. Unless you do, then I'm please.
I didn't prepare for one.
I don't have a good one.
No, I don't have one either.
Okay. All right. So please, please, please don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. Please check us out on Instagram. Twitter, there's rumors that those millennials Twitter might be active again. So just keep your eyes to the ground on that. And for Rel, Space, Jesse who's not here, we're those millennials, and we're out.